And we welcome you inside Valhalla Court on the campus of Mazama High School for an inter-city matchup between two rivals as the Mazama Vikings get ready to host the Henley Hornets in a Skyline Conference showdown on a beautiful Thursday night in the Klamath Basin. My name is Josh Eldridge. Along with me is Matt Bowling, and so glad to be with you this evening. A Skyline Conference matchup. Like we said, two rivals, sure to be a good one tonight. We're excited for it.
Absolutely, Josh. Our first volleyball broadcast here on mybasin.com in quite a while.
It's been about 2 years. Our last broadcast, I think, was a playoff broadcast for Henley, but really excited to see this one come to fruition. We've got Mazama, who's looking to continue to repeat as Skyline Conference champions. We'll take a look at the standings throughout tonight's broadcast. We've got the Hornets, who, coming off of a little bit of a down year last season, look to make a good bounce back, and so far, they have. They're 2-0 in conference play. They're 7-3 overall. They've beaten these Vikings once already this season, and now they look to come inside the Valhalla Court and maybe shock a home crowd tonight.
Yeah, Henley coming off their worst season since we have reliable records for. I mean, 4-13 last year. They're already one win away from doubling that mark. So great, yeah, like you said, on track for a really solid bounce back year, and a win over Mazama here at Valhalla Court would go a long way toward continuing that.
We'll take a look at the conference standings in just a little while. Right now, both of these teams at the top of the league. We'll talk a little bit about the playoff picture about halfway through the regular season at this point for high school volleyball in Oregon, and sure to be a good evening tonight here at Mazama High School. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, should be just about ready to get things started for a Skyline Conference showdown between the Vikings and the Hornets, and you've got it right here on mybasin.com. Keep it locked.
At mybasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio,
the pace and reach of social media,
and the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals
that is second to none.
We're proud to call Klamath Falls our home.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So third year.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Almost time for volleyball tonight from Mazama High School as the Vikings get ready to take on the Hornets. We meet the starting lineups for both teams. And as we do, worth mentioning some of the star players that we'll see on the court this evening. We can talk a little bit about the home team, and you can't go far down Mazama's order without mentioning Callie Bitzer, the returning junior all-state athlete from last year. She leads Mazama in every statistical category just about except for digs and assists, but kills, aces, serving percentage, she's right up there with the best of them. And even just watching her warm up, you can see the way that she kind of talks to her team, tries to get them in the right mindset. She's here in her junior season now. I'm excited to see her in person.
And not only was she All-State last year, Josh, she was one of only 2 underclassmen to be named All-State in 4A, and one of the only underclassmen to be named first or second team All-State. She was first team honoree Skyline Conference Player of the Year. And the funny thing about it, she has already eclipsed most of her totals, is on pace to eclipse most of her totals from last year, has already eclipsed some of them. Last year she had 191 kills, 112 digs, 65 blocks, and 30 aces. This year so far she's got 156 kills, 98 digs, 43 blocks, and 34 aces.
Yeah, that's certainly impressive. You continue to move down Mazama's lineup. Look at someone like London O'Brien, a new addition to this team. She's a transfer from 3A Warrenton, has come to join this squad. And then, of course, you look at Addie Byington now in her senior year. She stepped up in a major way as well. Mazama will be without Addie Byington tonight, Sydney Baker tonight. And so she was hurt in the last game. They'll be without her this evening. But then you flip the page and you look at Henley, and again, right there at the top, you've got Kalia Cage. Serving percentage is up there at 91%. She's got 114 kills. Without a doubt, the star player on this team, and a junior as well. It's interesting, both of these teams led by juniors. And yeah, they have a fair bit of seniors on their team, but you like that to look for tonight and towards the future for both squads.
Sydney Baker being out is a significant loss for Mazama, though. She leads the team with 116 digs, has an even 88 serving percentage. Also, one of their top up there in terms of aces, too, with 28. I think that puts her 4th. The stats page is not entirely in order.
Not in order necessarily, but you're certainly right. Missing a key player like that is going to be important. Henley is going to start with the serve as we are just about ready this evening. Thank you so much for being with us for our first volleyball broadcast of the season. And an inter-city matchup, the Southside series, begins in just a few minutes. It looks like back to serve for Henley is going to be the sophomore Haley Paulson. Or is that Miley Lee?
Yeah, that's
Lee there.
Lee, yep.
She is a junior, and we are ready to get things started. The Hornets in black tonight, the Vikings in their white uniforms, and we are off. The serve is underway. Already a quick setup and hitting that one out was Callie Bitzer. A little bit too much mustard on it, and Henley gets the opening point of tonight's match. Looks like another setup for Bitzer. At least they tried to do it. It was quickly tipped at the top of the net. Now it's Henley's turn to try to set up the play. That one was a nice attempt there. I believe that was Byington there on the outside, but just knocked it out of bounds.
Strong start for the Hornets here.
And third matchup between these teams this season. Henley grabbed the first matchup of the year as Mazama grabs their first point. It was a 2-1 win for Henley earlier. Then at the Basin Invite, Mazama beat the Hornets in the championship. Now is over at Klamath Union High School. Again, a 2-1 decision in favor of the Vikings, and now they'll have the serve. To do it is London O'Brien. Gets the serve across. There it is, the kill coming through. That was Michaela Schroeder, the freshman. Getting momentum back of the way of the Hornets. They're up 3-1 in our opening set. Hornets student section behind us here on the mezzanine, making themselves known. And an ace. That was Dubose. Henley, they hold serve. Here it comes. Oh, a nice tip. That was Bitzer on that one. Found the soft spot. Mazama has it back.
Josh, you mentioned these teams have met. They both recorded 2-1 wins. Those were best of 3 matches.
Right.
This, of course, in Skyline Conference play being a best of 5. So we'll see which team really has more stamina here.
Callie Newsom on the serve for the Vikings. The sophomore gets it across. Is coming off the chest of Dubose there, was unable to control it, and we're tied up at 4. Love the energy inside the gym tonight. You can tell it's a rivalry game. Looked like the setup was intended for Schroeder, but there to reject it was Bitzer on the block, and the point for the Vikings. They have their first lead in this first set.
4 straight points for Mazama.
Very momentum-based game. Ooh, a nice save there by Newsom. There's going to be tipped, but a nice job by the Henley front line. I saw in there was Paulson, and I think Schroeder was in there with the tip as well. And Henley answers with a point of their own. Looks like we're going to have a couple substitutions come in. For Henley, Lainey Hadley checking in, and she will have the honor to serve. As Henley regains the serve here, tied up at 5. Set up again. That was for Schroeder. Unable to get it across. Henley saving themselves. That one hit out of bounds, last touched by Melsness from Henley, and so that'll be a point for the Vikings. Right off the right arm of Dubose, and that was Bitzer with the ace. She's holding serve right now for the Vikings. They're up 2. Nice job there and a soft touch by Shaylee Butcher, a junior from Mazama. Again, making the Henley team react instead of setting up their own plays on those soft touches. They've got to scramble to get to that ball, and so far it's worked for them. They're up 3. Here's Bitzer. They're going to call that one out after it hit the top of the net. And timeout is going to be called by Coach Sierra Patsky. Will take time as well. Our first timeout of the ball game sees Mazama leading 9-5 in our opening set. We'll be back. This is Skyline Conference Volleyball on mybasin.com. Keep it.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And we are back. Mazama leads 9-5 in our opening set. It was a Henley timeout, and Mazama still holds serve with Callie Bitzer to do the honors. 4 consecutive points again for the Vikings, and here we go. Out again, last touched by Dubose. Another one, last touched by Dubose. She went diving for that one to her left and ended up last touching that one out of bounds. Another ace for Bitzer, and it's 11-5 Mazama. Bit of a softer serve that time. And that's going to be a point for the Hornets. They regain serve and try to search for momentum. Michaela Schroeder, the freshman, will be serving for the Hornets.
Breaks up a 6-0 run for Mazama.
Hard serve. Bitzer tried to stop it, tipped it behind her, and that's a point for the Hornets. Nice one there by Schroeder.
Schroeder, again, the only freshman on this Henley roster. Had a nice game so far.
A nice hit there by Kennel. Spun it off the front line for the Hornets, and the Vikings get that point. They're up 12-7. Some substitutions coming in for Henley. Checking in, Marisol Placencia. She's a junior. Number 9 there on the left side of your screen. Here's the serve for the Vikings, coming up short. That was Armida Kirkpatrick. Now it's Paulson on the serve for the Hornets. Goes in the back right corner. Ooh, nice soft touch there for Mazama. Addie Byington, she gets the point and she'll hold serve. Hornets get it over, last touch by Placencia. Nice job there trying to keep it alive, and they do, they get it over. Nicely done. Oh, they're giving that one to the Vikings. I think that was Taylor Paulson might have reached over the top there, touched it while it was on the side of the net of the Vikings, and so it will be the Vikes who get the point. They're up 14-8. Hard serve all the way to the back, but Placencia there. Nice job by Kendall to save that one. A great job as the Henley student section erupts behind us. Credit the point to Jenna Melsness, and Henley holds serve, and it looks like it will be Melsness, a sophomore, to have the honors for the Hornets. Byington couldn't corral it, goes out of bounds, 14-10. Mazama still holding the advantage in our opening set here. Hard serve there from Melsness. Ooh, and a nice shot there by Newsom, getting behind all of the Henley players, getting her team that 15th point. first to 25, except for the fifth set where it's first to 15. Trying to set up Butcher, but the Vikings respond. Bitzer hits it over. And that one was out of bounds just by a hair. Kalia Cage trying to get in on the action, but unfortunately out of bounds. Sub in for the Hornets in is Taylor Paulson. Vikings an opportunity to set it up. It looked like Newsom was trying to get that last hit in, but coming up short. And a point for the Hornets.
Yeah, I think she just kind of whiffed on that one, Josh.
Yeah, tried to stick that one arm out. Was unable to get there. Serve for the Hornets off the top of the net. Oh, a fantastic diving play there from Bitzer. Saves it. Vikings have a chance, but some miscommunication on the far side gives the Hornets a point. A fantastic effort by Bitzer, but all for naught. The Hornets get the point, and they close the gap just a bit, 16-12. Other one just tipping the top of the net. Bitzer tries to go for it, and it was a nice block there by the Henley front line. I believe that was DeBose, but after the block, kicked out of bounds, and regardless of the good play, the point goes to the Vikings. Now holding serve is London O'Brien, the senior, and the transfer we mentioned earlier. Daughter of the new athletic director here at Mazama High School, Ian O'Brien as well. Point's going to go to the Hornets. DuBose with the serve. There was Christine Monk with the hit, but out of bounds it goes. And the Hornets close within 3. The Vikings have been able to keep the Hornets at arm distance since the early portion of this set, but now Henley closing in. That one, though, goes out of bounds, just a bit strong on that one. We'll see if Hornets can regain a bit of momentum as their libero checks in Tegan Burke, the junior. Set up for Schroeder. Was then hit by Newsom, but no one in the front for Mazama answered the call, and Henley gets the point and the serve. A couple of subs coming in. I see Lainey Hadley checking in for Henley, and she will have the serve as well. Here we go. Knocking that one over and out of bounds off Mazama was Byington. Point Henley. Nice job for Henley staving off. That was a hard hit. Bitzer keeping it alive, shoving it over was Kennel. Set up again for Schroeder, blocked up front by Bitzer. And here we go. Vikings keeping it alive. Now it's Henley's turn, setting it up again for Schroeder. That one is in there. Longest back and forth we've had so far, and the point goes to the Hornets.
That was a well-timed hit by Schroeder. I think she waited for just a second to beat the jump.
And the serve tips off the net. No one was where it landed, and we are tied up at 18. And Coach Downey of the Vikings calls time. We'll take it with them. Tied up at 18 in our opening set at Mazama High School. Skyline Conference Volleyball continues next on MyBasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Momentum shifting the way of the Hornets. Halfway here through set one, tied up at 18.
Yeah, they trailed by as much as 6. But they've now come back to tie it for the first time since it was 5-5.
Chance of Hornets break out at Valhalla Court, and another point the way of the Hornets. They lead by 1. It's been Lainey Hadley holding serve for the Hornets. She's had 1 ace already during this session. Set up for Bitzer, soft tip, and a nice time there. And the point is going the way of the Vikings. Bitzer ties us back up at 19. And she will serve. Schroeder with the kill.
Very well placed. Found the gap perfectly.
Henley able to respond, keeping composure off the soft touch. There was a Cage trying to get in there, and now Bitzer shoves it over for the Vikings. Set up here for Cage, and that's last touched by Byington again, going out of bounds. Henley now leads 21-19, our opening set. Bitzer with a nice hit. That one, I believe, snuck in there, and it did. Nice find on the far side. Sub coming in for the Vikings. Armida Kirkpatrick checks in for Christine Monk. 1 point separates the Vikings and the Hornets. And here we go. Cage hits that one too hard. Out of bounds it goes. Tied up again at 21. Paulson setting that one up for Cage, and rockets one. A great hit for Cage. Gets the Hornets back to serve, and it's Haley Paulson. Serve makes it over. Byington shoves it over. Set up for Cage on the near side, and wow, what a nice job there on the far side by London O'Brien to keep that alive for the Vikings. Hits it again with one arm nonetheless to again save it for the Vikes. Here come the Hornets. Cage with a soft touch. That time it was Butcher. But the Vikings come up short. Henley claims the point despite some great saves throughout. But Henley stuck with it, earned the point. They're up 2. Serve over. That was Byington. Cage with the last touch. Bitzer dove for it, but hit it out of bounds. Hornets 1 point away from claiming the opening set. 24-21. Bitzer hits it over. Then knocked over by, on the far side, it's going to be a point to Henley. And they claim the opening set, 25-21. The energy in the gym is high, and the Hornets up 1 as we head to set 2 in just a moment. We'll step aside, come back, and get ready for you. This is Skyline Conference Volleyball, broadcast live on mybasin.com.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Josh Eldridge and Matt Bowling back with you for Skyline Conference Volleyball tonight. The Hornets taking on the Vikings at Valhalla Court. Through set one, Henley holds a 1-0 advantage. They claimed it 25-21.
What a great first set that was, Josh. Henley trailed by as much as 6 points. They went on a 5-0 run to take the lead and then scored the last 4 to take the set.
Great play all around for two teams that seem to be fighting for a conference title coming into today's match. Henley 2-0 in league play. So far, they beat Phoenix and Hidden Valley. Both swept them 3-0. In fact, they haven't lost a set in 10 days now, and they continue that streak after sweeping Lost River, Phoenix, then Hidden Valley. Mazama gets the first point here in the second go-around. Vikings also unbeaten in conference play. They're 1-0. Schroeder with the kill, and Henley answers. Freshman has been playing very well tonight.
Absolutely.
Talking to Coach Paskey before the season, mentioned Schroeder specifically as an extremely coachable player and someone that she's excited about having in the program. Another point goes the way of the Hornets. Dubose with the ace.
Yeah, Schroeder came into this game with 150 kills, 15 blocks.
Here it is, set up for soft touch. Bitzer knocked it back down. Ooh, a nice job by Cage to keep that one alive. Now it's Byington's turn. Another setup seemingly for Schroeder. Byington knocked it, followed by Newsom, but she almost hit it into the deck of this gym, and a point goes the way of the Hornets. They lead 3-1. Hit over by Bitzer, out of bounds.
Well, Henley led 4-1 in the first set, too. Then Mazama scored 4 in a row.
Hit on the opposite side, blocked there by Cage. Mazama, though, caught napping on the other side after the block. And another point going the way of the Hornets. 5-1. Serve again coming from Dubose, tipped up by Monk. Hit over by Byington. Schroeder again. They're up front, besting Bitzer straight in her face.
Man, the freshman going after the returning first-team All-State player. Love it.
And timeout is going to be called by Coach Downey. We'll take it too. Hornets storming in front in the second set. They're up 6-1. We'll be back with Skyline Conference Volleyball on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Getting back into the action, Henley has taken a fairly substantial lead here in the second set, up 5 points, but as we've seen so far, early in this game, no lead has been safe.
You got it, Josh. Been a couple big runs by each team in the first set. Henley, though, with all the momentum right now.
Looked like it was set up for Schroeder. Hit it, but again, the block wound up out of bounds. Just unfortunate bounces against the Vikings right now, and they're down 7-1. Hornets continue to hold serve. Bitzer hit it behind the rest of her team. Oh, Lord, what a hit by Byington up front, but again, the Vikings can't hold on to respond, and the Hornets bench is absolutely erupting on the near sideline. Hit over by O'Brien for the Vikings, but out of bounds. Vikings cannot seem to find their footing here in this second set.
This is an 8-0 run for Henley, Josh.
Serve again and another point. That one likely headed out of bounds, but diving for it was Byington, tipped it out, and Henley leads the second set 10-1. Bitzer tried for the kill, blocked up front again by Schroeder. They finally get it over, but a whistle blown and a point to the Hornets. Up by 10.
My goodness. Things are just not going Mazama's way this set.
Already one timeout called. Tipped up there for Paulson, then hit by Taylor Paulson. On the near side, Newsom. Finally, the Vikings get a point. It looked like that was Dubose trying to save that one, but wound out bouncing behind her after the hit. And finally, the Vikings hold serve, see if they can find something. They trail big in the second set.
That breaks up a 10-0 run by Henley.
Whistle and point to the Vikings. I think Henley crossed the net underneath it, and so the point goes to the Vikings there. Serve coming through from Newsom. And almost hitting our official, but out of bounds, last touched by the Hornets. And so the Vikings trying to search for something here. They've won 3 in a row. Schroeder, soft touch. Wow, and a great job there by the Vikings to keep it alive at first, but can't recuperate fully. The point goes back to Henley. Vikings having trouble closing these sets here. On the serve was Hadley for the Hornets, and an ace, a bit of miscommunication. Back up to an 11-point advantage. Unfortunately, couldn't get the serve over for Hadley. She'll check out. Checking back in is Tegan Burke, and Bitzer to serve for the Vikings.
Well, if there's one player who can build.
I know where you were going with that one.
Oh, man.
You'd expect her to try to build some momentum, but unable to get the serve over. Another point for the Hornets. And Bitzer, who has an 88.5 serving percentage, unable to get the job done on the first chance. Nice job to knock it over there by Kennel. Hornets find it within themselves. Staying alive. Byington knocking that one where no one was, and a point to the Vikings. 14-6 the score. And sub coming in for Mazama. Newsom out and in to take the serve is Armida Kirkpatrick. Cage with the hit. The Kirkpatrick back there. And that hit too hard by Byington. She tried to do the same thing to find that back corner, but that time too much on it. The point goes the way of Henley, maintaining a lead here, 15-6. To serve, Haley Paulson. Point Hornets.
Back up to a 10-point advantage.
Cage gets it over. Bitzer sets it up and then hit back over by Byington. That one set up for Paulson, but a nice block up front by Mazama, then hit too hard on the back by DuBose. Vikings get a point. And to serve will be the senior, Addie Byington. Looks like it's set up for Cage. A nice soft touch, and Bitzer laying out for it for the dig. And Henley responds with some nice defense. That one is touched by Newsom, and it finds its way in. Sneaks just inside the line. A nice hit by Newsom to give the Vikings their 8th point of this set. It was Burke to Cage. Cage too much on it, out of bounds. Burke to Paulson. She taps it over. Set up for Newsom. And Henley underneath the net again. Gives the point to the Vikings, scratching and clawing their way back in, now trailing just by 6.
Here we go now, 4 straight points.
Cage knocks that one out of bounds. Timeout called Coach Padsky for the Hornets, and we'll take it too. Mazama surging here in the middle part of the second set. They trail by 5, 16-11, but Henley leads overall 1-0. We'll be back with Skyline Conference Volleyball on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
16-11, Henley leads, but Mazama with a bit of momentum here and about halfway through set 2. At one point trailing by 11, have trimmed it to 5.
Yep, Mazama really looked out of sorts for the first part of that set, Josh. Some miscommunications, a bit of a struggle up front. They seem to have got it sorted out now.
With the Hornets double hit there, and so another point to the Vikings. Now just a 4-point set. Cage knocking it over. Set up for Newsom, soft touch, but the Hornets able to stay with it. Cage pushes it over. A nice play by Byington to keep it alive, and Newsom hits it over. Schroeder dove for it, but coming up empty, and a point to the Vikes. They're closing in.
7-0 run now.
Byington the serve and makes it over. Cage can't get it over. It looked like it was set up for her to go for the kill. Tried to go soft touch. Coming up short. Vikings within 2. Shoved over by Dubose. The Vikings sticking with it. They get it over. Last hit by Kennel. Cage then able to notch the point. Little sigh of relief on the Hornets bench, I'm sure.
That ends an 8-0 Mazama run. I'll tell you what, Josh, we thought we saw some runs in the first set. How about Henley coming out with a 10-0 run to get to an 11-1 lead? Mazama with an 8-0 run to climb back in this.
One of the reasons why I've always been so interested in this game, just a game of momentum. You see that often, long runs, and so far these teams answering the call in that department. Newsom with the soft touch, saved. Now Cage. Tried to go for the kill, but nice job by Newsom. Bitzer tried to tip it over, but up short. Henley trying to keep the Vikings at arm's length. Here we go. On the set for Henley was Melsness. Hit over by Kennel. Popping it up was Haley Paulson, and unable to get the kill there, so we're still alive until Byington can't get to it. It was last touched by Kirkpatrick. Seemed like it was a pass to Byington, but couldn't get there. And we've got time once more. It's 20-14. Henley back out in front here in set 2. They're up 1-0 overall. We'll step aside and be back with Skyline Conference Volleyball. Basin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Second set, and Henley leads 20-14 in the Skyline Conference Showdown, the Southside Series Volleyball Edition. Josh Eldridge and Matt Bowling, so glad to be with you tonight. An active crowd here at Valhalla Court. It's loud in this building, and we've been treated to some great volleyball so far. Serve coming up from the Hornets. It was knocked in by Melsness. Bitzer's going to shove it over for the Vikings. Newsom tried for the kill, but Cage found the block. Now it's set up for Cage. Last touch by Newsom as it goes out of bounds, coming up with the block again, but out of bounds. It's been the case multiple times for the Vikings where they play good defense, but get an unfortunate bounce, and Henley back up by 7. Cage digging that one out. Tipped over by Taylor Paulson, and the Vikings unable to group up. 22-14. Set up there for Newsom, and had a nice spin on it off the top of the net. Found no man's land and a point to the Vikes.
Breaks up a 6-0 run for Henley. The back and forth continues.
Another point to the Vikings. 22-16. Cage racing up to it with the hit. Did it sneak in there? My. A great placement there for Cage, and the point goes to Henley, 23-16. Sub coming in for the Hornets as well. It looks like Miley Lee in, and she'll have the honor to serve.
Henley 2 points away from a 2-0 lead in this match.
And there they go, 1 point away. Another miscue by the Vikes. Lee to serve. Bitzer. She tried to get it done and eventually did. Hit that one hard, took an ugly bounce, and the Vikings live to see another point. The sub coming in as well. I believe London O'Brien checked in to serve, and here she is. Schroeder set up. Bitzer responds with the block. Then it's to Newsom, and the Hornets can't recover. A nice job by Newsom to stay in front and earn the point for the Vikes. An on-game point. Mazama searching to rally. O'Brien back to serve. Here we go. Paulson sets it up for Schroeder. Unable to find the point there. Now Bitzer sets it up. Actually tips it over, and that one is down and in. And no, the Vikings actually get that point. Pardon me. I believe that was touched actually twice by Paulson, once with her right hand, then her left hand. Good call by the near side official, 24-19. That one hit out of bounds by Paulson.
Four straight set points. Henley hasn't been able to finish it off.
Cage digging that one out. Here's the setup for Schroeder. Soft touch, but picked up by Newsom. Set up for Bitzer. Blocked up front by Schroeder once more. This time it's set up for Newsom, and again blocked by Schroeder up front. Henley responds, and they take set two, 25-20. They've got a two-set advantage heading into the match point in just a few minutes. We're going to step aside when we come back. We'll be back for the third game with you. Skyline Conference Volleyball continues next on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Josh Eldridge and Matt Bowling back with you for Skyline Conference Volleyball. Henley with a 2-0 advantage through two sets. I'll be candid, I expected a really good game. Anyone could win. But again, I'll be honest, I don't know if anyone expected Henley to come in here and take the first two sets.
Absolutely not, especially set two, jumping out to an 11-1 lead. Now Mazama did rally to cut it to 2 at 16-14, but Henley able to pull it out despite Mazama winning on 4 straight set points. Vikings are now going to have to pull off a reverse sweep to win this match.
Now, in a sense, they have done that before when we talk about their previous 3-set matchups. I look back to the Basin Invite where Henley won the first set and Mazama won the next 2. In that case, it was a reverse sweep, but I mean, no doubt about it, a much taller mountain to climb for the Vikings here in our Skyline Conference opener between these teams.
It's a tremendous environment here at Mazama. You've got both student sections out, several rows deep. They're even in theme. Mazama, frat night, Henley, blackout. This is a turnout like this is an environment like you would expect to see for a basketball game. Got to give props to both of these fan bases.
Absolutely. The bad blood between the Vikings and the Hornets runs deep. Already 1-0 Henley. And to serve was Miley Lee. Vikings get the point there.
I mean, the only time my high school volleyball team ever got a turnout like this was when they had a playoff game in the middle of the day and they let us miss class to go.
This is a loud environment. Here's Schroeder. Ooh, a fantastic diving effort by Byington to save that one for the Vikings, but here's Schroeder once more, and there's the point. One thing I've got to say here that I've noticed specifically is this Hornets bench. I mean, not only is our student section loud, every point the Hornets get, those girls are up, they are slamming on the hardwood. There's a lot of energy on that Hornets sideline. Looks like another setup for Schroeder. Saved by Newsome. Schroeder responds in the point.
Is that back-to-back points kills for Schroeder?
Yes.
Incredible. She is having herself a game.
DuBose's serve. Vikings able to knock it over, giving Byington time to reset. Newsome knocks it high. Bitzer shoves it over. Cage now giving the Vikings a chance to set up. Newsome tries to find the back of the court, but can't. 4-1 Henley. Wow, a nice job there for the Vikings. Get the serve back. That was Newsome, and she'll hold serve. Hornets collide on the near side. Point goes to the Vikings. Good, everybody is okay. That was both Paulson sisters diving in for that one, but they're back up. Schroeder hits that one a bit too hard, tied up at 4 in our third set. Cage trying to get that one over, but the Vikings holding now their first lead since, I believe, early in the second set.
Yeah, they won the first point of the second set, and that was the last time they led.
Byington hitting it over, now Cage. Paulson shoves it over. Used to setting it up, but a nice job by Newsome to be ready for it. Here's Paulson to set it up. Schroeder on the near side and hits that one far too hard. Trying to find the back left corner, unable. Vikings lead 2. Newsome with the serve, up empty as it was hit too hard. as the score reads 6-5 Mazama. Lainey Hadley to serve for the Hornets. She makes it over. The Bears checked in for Mazama. That's Butcher. Newsome with a fine hit off the hands of Bitzer up front. And another one for the freshman Schroeder. Fantastic night so far. Ties us up at 6 in the third and possibly decisive set. Byington up empty. Didn't commit to the full hit there and just tipped it up to herself to give the Hornets the point. Nice job by Butcher. Now Kennel, she gets it over barely. Schroeder hits it, gets it set up for herself. A nice block up front. That was Byington. Nice play on the near side by Hadley, and the Hornets finally get it over. Bitzer with the kill. Knotted at 7 and a sub in for the Hornets. Their libero checks in Tegan Burke. Bitzer to serve, and she does. An ace for Bitzer and a miscommunication for the Hornets gives the Vikings an 8-7 advantage. Another serve from Bitzer. Another setup for Schroeder for the Hornets. All reliable. Gage with the dig. Here's another setup, although that time looked like it was on the far side to Hadley. Tipped out, last touched by Paulson. And pardon me, that was Melsness on the far side, not Hadley. Quick correction, but the score 9-7 Mazama. And Bitzer continuing to hold serve. This is who you'd like to have it if you're the Vikings, and another ace. Here's Bitzer again. Nice job by Cage, but she hits it squarely into the Mazama student section. Hostile territory as Melsness chased it. And the point goes to the Vikes. Timeout is called. We'll step aside as well. 11-7 Mazama in this third set, but Henley leads overall 2-0. This is Skyline Conference Volleyball on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Back with you inside Valhalla Court on the campus of Mazama High School in Klamath Falls. So glad to be with you. My name is Josh Eldridge and Matt Bowling alongside me for an exciting night of volleyball. Right now, through 2 sets, Henley leads here in the third. Mazama leads 11-7.
Vikings on a 5-0 run. I think that's 6-0.
Bitzer has held serve throughout for the Vikings on this run. Here's another. The far side, it's Melsness. And the point going to the Hornets. Sub checking in is Lainey Hadley. Out goes Tegan Burke. Serve from the freshman Schroeder, and Bitzer can't control it.
Michaela Schroeder, the freshman, again, just fearless. Hitting it right to Bitzer.
Another one, although that one was in. Wow, just snuck in on the far side. Great placement by Schroeder.
I tell you what, Josh, I'm sorry to use a basketball term here, but she is what the great Dick Vitale would call a diaper dandy. Freshman not looking like it.
Not at all. Henley within one.
I think back-to-back aces, or 2 and 3.
And another.
Are you kidding me?
Timeout called. Mazama looking to recollect. Tied up at 12 in the third set. Henley knocking on the door of a win against Mazama. Will step aside to be back with more Skyline Conference volleyball.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So third year.
Roll into summer. Save up to $200 instantly on a wide selection of tires and wheels. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back ready to go in the third set. Tied up at 12. Henley holds serve. The freshman Schroeder knocks it over. And, did that one fall down? It did. Another one. Henley, 13-12.
It's a 6-0 run for the Hornets.
Freshman Chance Rohrer out from Cowbell City behind us, making the trek inside Valhalla Court and making themselves known. Bitzer with a fierce shot, but able to stay with it are the Hornets. Cage tips it over, and a nice play by Butcher to keep it alive. Now Byington knocks it over. It's in. Good job by Mazama to stick with it and find the point and retie us up at 13. Sub coming in for the Vikings is Armida Kirkpatrick, and she will serve. Cage racing up for the hit, but it is out. Here's Kirkpatrick. Too much on that one. Tied again at 14. And to serve for Henley, number 5, the sophomore Haley Paulson. Bitzer tried to dig that one out, but a point to the Hornets. Good placement on that serve from Paulson. Nice touch from Byington. That was Butcher who hit that one out of bounds. Diving behind her was Kirkpatrick. Looked like she might have had the better angle, but regardless, point goes the way of the Hornets, 16-14. Cage touches it over, and again, it's both Kirkpatrick and Butcher that dive for it, but both come up empty. A kill for Cage, and Henley leads 3.
Henley's largest lead since it was 4-1.
Hit up by O'Brien. Too much on it off the hand of Byington. Timeout called Mazama. And Henley surging here in the middle part of set 3, up 18-14, and we'll step aside. More Skyline Conference volleyball next on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
18-14, Henley leads in set 3. They're up 2-0 over the defending Skyline Conference champion Mazama Vikings. And right now they hold serve and the momentum squarely.
Not just defending champions, Josh, but back-to-back-to-back defending champions. Henley 2-0 in Skyline play so far. Mazama 1-0. This, it is still early, but these might be the top two teams in the conference, so this match could carry a lot of weight.
It was in 2022 when these teams split against each other and were crowned co-champions, but still Mazama holding that three-peat in context. Last year was an unusual year for the Hornets, and they are resurging back to play here in Valhalla Court. They're up 7, trying to take a decisive 3-0 win against the Vikings. Still some points to go, but right now the serve comes from Paulson. Schroeder hits it up. The setup goes for Melsness, but Mazama stays with it. Butcher hits it up. O'Brien hits it over. Both teams searching. Cage with the soft touch, and the point to the Hornets.
Henley has completely taken control here. 9-0 run.
Cage hits it out. Point is, no, that is going to be last touched by the Vikings. Point to the Hornets, 23-14. Unrelenting. Bitzer hits it up. Hits it over. Set up for Cage. But Mazama stays with it. Now hit by Byington over. Set up. Mazama sticking with it. Both teams finding a little bit of rhythm here late in set 3. Nice job. Cage hits it over behind her back, and point to the Vikings.
Yeah, I think Cage was out of bounds when she hit that. Therefore, point to Mazama.
Serve comes through from Byington, and point Vikings. Trying to find something late. Byington serve. That one hit by Newsom, but up short. Henley on game point and match point. Cowbell City already celebrating behind us. Not only has this Hornets ball club taken over this gym, but so has this student section behind us. To serve, it's Melsness. Newsom with the hit. Touched up front. Cage sticks with it, hits it over. O'Brien hits it high for Newsom, and that's the kill for Newsom, and the point the Vikings were looking for. They stay alive.
Well, Mazama won 4 straight set points in set 2.
Set up for Cage. She hits it over. Now O'Brien sets it up for Bitzer, and she gets the point. Score 24-18 here in the third set. And the whistle official now discussing with the scorers table. I think there might have been an issue with the substitution. I saw a moment ago Taylor Paulson check into the game. And now Captain Kalia Cage discussing as well. I think there might be an issue with the substitution. I want to take a moment while we potentially have it, to remind you that tonight's not the last chance to be able to see the Hornets or the Vikings in action. Tomorrow, Hornets football taking on Cascade Christian here on mybasin.com. Vikings football against Wairika. Both those games start at 7 o'clock tomorrow night right here on mybasin.com, so you don't have to miss a minute of the action.
Well, here we go again. That's 3 straight set points. Mazama's won.
Here's Cage going for the kill and can't get it. Newsom with the block. That was a great job by Newsom. Vikings closing in, not going down without a fight. Showing tenacity up against the wall. Serve over. Dubose sets it up and knocked out and killed by Taylor Paulson. And the Hornets go on the road and shock the Vikings at Valhalla Court. The student section has gone rabid behind us.
I feel like I'm at Cameron Indoor Stadium, man. This is great.
25-20, the final score here in the third set. And the score is final. We'll be back with a brief post-game show for you as Henley wins this one 3-0. Virginia Skyline Conference Volleyball next on mybasin.com.
What brought great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us in communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
At mybasin.com, we bring you the power of local radio.
The pace and reach of social media.
And the excitement of local sports.
We do this with a team of radio professionals
that is second to none. We're proud to call Klamath Falls our home.
Josh Eldridge and Matt Bowling back with you at Valhalla Court at Mazama High School. And Henley, boy oh boy, a 3-0 win in enemy territory. An exciting night of volleyball, a great environment. What else is there to say? It was a lot of fun tonight.
Absolutely. This is our first time back doing volleyball here on mybasin.com, and I don't think we could have picked a better match.
Henley taking this one 3-0, winning the first one 25-21, then 25-20, and 25-20 once more. This puts them squarely in control of the Skyline Conference right now, improving to 3-0. This drops Mazama to 1-1. Now, the nice thing is when you look ahead to the playoffs, the top two teams in the league do automatically qualify for the 16-team bracket. The third-place team will have an opportunity to play in, and we will see a third Skyline Conference team on Tuesday night when the Klamath Union Pelicans come here to visit Valhalla Court. We'll have coverage of that game, too, on Tuesday night, same time, same place right here on mybasin.com. And then, of course, tomorrow night, our coverage of high school sports continues. We've got some high school football coming up. Henley taking on Cascade Christian. Matt, you'll be on the call for that one right here on the website, mybasin.com. I'll be back here at Mazama High School as they take on Wairika. It's been some fun. I'm glad we got to see this one tonight, though.
Certainly getting our fill of the Hornets and Vikings this week, aren't we?
No doubt about it. It's been great. And again, we'll be back on Tuesday with more volleyball. If you missed any part of this game, you can always go back and watch a full replay on mybasin.com. It's your home for everything going on in the Basin, from news to special events, sports, and just about everything else in between. You can find it on mybasin.com. I want to thank everybody involved with tonight's broadcast. Of course, both head coaches for communicating with us before the game, getting us stats and lineups and all the great stuff. Sierra Patsky for the Hornets, John Downey for the Vikings, and his assistant Samantha Fenner for talking with us before the game, as well as the new athletic director here at Mazama High School, Ian O'Brien, for welcoming us into his facility and helping us get on the air tonight, seeming excited to cover Viking sports in the future. And it's been a lot of fun tonight. Matt, any final thoughts before we wrap this show up?
I will say I am very interested to see this match, Mazama versus Klamath Union next week. It's going to be a big bounce-back match for the Vikings. I was looking, the last time Henley beat Mazama, not only beat Mazama, but swept them in a match, spring 2021, which coincidentally also happened here on Valhalla Court. So this is not the kind of loss that Mazama is used to taking. Again, chance for them to maybe bounce back against Klamath Union next week.
Gonna have to find it within themselves Tuesday night. That's when we'll be back with volleyball coverage. Glad that you could join us tonight. For my partner Matt Bowling, I'm Josh Eldridge. Good night from Valhalla Court at Mazama High School.